Come with me as I celebrate Christmas early in London. On our arrival day, we checked into the hotel. We stayed at the Royal Gardens Hotel. It was way too fancy, and we definitely felt out of place almost the whole time. Following that, we went to dinner at Inamo, which was really cool. It was all virtual. The menu was in the table and it had games and stuff. It was really different and very nice. After dinner, we just walked around a little bit before going to the Vaudeville Theatre and seeing the show Six. It's a retelling of the story of Henry VIII from his 6 wives' perspectives. It's more of a concert than a musical, which is kind of the whole point of it, I believe. But it was really cool, and I actually really enjoyed the show. Our first full day started off with breakfast at the Attendant. It was surprisingly really good. I thought this place was going to be very gimmicky and just like, oh hey, it's a place in a converted toilet, but it was actually really delicious. I had the iced dirty vanilla chai and I had smoked salmon bagel with avocado. Following breakfast, we walked around, did some light shopping at Doc Martens and the stationery store Choosing Keeping. I found this place to be really unique, standout, standalone. Check it out if you like weird stuff or are really into stationery. We then went to Cakes and Bubbles for their sweet afternoon menu. It was quite an experience, really cool as well. It was like 3, technically 4 courses, all of desserts, and all very different and unique. Never had anything like it before. I highly, highly recommend it. I also highly recommend their hot chocolate. It was amazing. And that evening, we went to Kew Gardens for their Christmas lights display. You walk through most of, if not all of, Kew Gardens, and they have different light sculptures and light shows. There are some little Christmas markets throughout and little activities in between displays. It was really nice, really fun. I had a mixed jerk chicken box, which was delicious. And at one of their stations, they had fire pits with marshmallow roasting. We got a couple of marshmallows to roast and a brownie. The brownie was really dry, unfortunately, but it was really fun to roast some marshmallows. The next morning started the day off at Cuppa Pug, a pug cafe in London. It was amazing. I didn't really take a lot of footage inside other than this video, which just makes me happy every time I watch it, because who doesn't love some pugs? In the cafe, I had an iced mocha, which was not the best mocha I've ever had. Definitely go just for the dogs, not for the culinary offerings. After that, we went to Arepa & Co., which was pretty close by. It was something we just happened to stumble upon because we didn't really eat before this, and it was amazing. I had a guava juice, which was really fresh, not too sweet. The chicken arepa that I had was amazing. It was actually so good. After that, we went over to Harrods to do some walking around and shopping. While there, I grabbed another chai latte at ELNN. I'd never heard of it before. It was way too expensive, and the chai was very disappointing. It was really watery and flavorless. And that evening, we went to Hyde Park Winter Wonderland. It was a lot of fun. For dinner there, I went to Sausage Heaven, and I had a chili beef sausage with sauerkraut and ketchup. It was delicious. Washed it down with a strawberry and lime Recordeling cider. Grabbed some macarons because they're family favorite. And went to an ice bar. So it's a bar built out of ice. As we walked in, I heard an employee say to a guest there that they keep it at -10 degrees, and they give you like parkas to wear as you go in, and it was amazing. I've always wanted to go to an ice bar before, and I want to go to even more now. It was a highlight for me for the trip. Our final morning, we had breakfast at Chrome. I had a Reuben toasty, which was delicious. The bread was super soft, but maybe a little too buttery, if that's even a thing. I also had the salted caramel cheesecake croissant, and it was so disappointing. Do not recommend it. And the iced tiramisu latte, it was not nearly as sweet as I expected it to be, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. After breakfast, we went over to Jubilee Market and just did a lot of walking around. I grabbed a hot chocolate from Pronto, and it was surprisingly delicious, very rich in flavor, but not too indulgent, which was nice. After walking around there for probably too long, we had dinner at Pizza Pilgrims. I had a Bellini Spritz, which was sweet, delicious, not too strong on the alcohol, which was kind of nice. I also had the burrata there. It wasn't the best burrata I had ever had, but the pesto served with it was really nice. And I shared 2 of their pizzas with my mom. We each had half of the carbonara, which is, yes, carbonara pasta on top of a pizza crust. It was weird, but not bad. And then the Florentina, which I really liked. I wish though that the spinach on it was fresher, but the egg yolk on it added a really nice creaminess to it. And after, the last big activity we had of the trip was the Big London Bake. It's like a faux British bake-off experience. When the session is due to start, we go into the tent, go to a station, everything's laid out for us, and we were making igloo cakes. This is how it turned out. The one my mother and I made placed 3rd, which was surprising because it did better than my sister and my dad, so we'll take it. And that was our trip to London.